Good morning, fellas. We are fast approaching summer, and so I just wanted to jump in and make a video for you guys about Google Ads for landscaping companies, lawn care, lawn maintenance, stuff like this. This is just going to be a quick tutorial. I'm going to explain why you should be running ads, show you how your competitors have no idea what you're doing. So if you do have any idea of what you're doing, your ads will work, and then walk you through an exact tutorial of how to set up your campaign, how to start generating leads for your landscaping business. If you do need help with your Google Ads for your landscaping company, there's a link below you can click. You can book a free call with me. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, take a look at your campaigns, and of course, see if there is any opportunity to work together to get you more landscaping leads. With that out of the way, let's just jump right into it. So I have a few searches here. Landscaping company Toronto. I'm not searching from Toronto. That's the thing. I am not in Toronto at this moment. I should not be seeing any ads. With how you want to have your targeting set up, a good Google Ads campaign will not show ads to people outside of that particular geographic area. But instead, I do see ads here. One of them also happens to be a patio furniture ad. Again, it just shows you your competitors have no idea what they're doing. This guy sells patio furniture, and he's running ads for somebody searching for landscaping company Toronto. I don't know why they'd be doing that. Anyways, I have another search here. This one is a little bit more geo-targeted, so the results are going to be better. Landscaping near me for somebody searching for Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock landscaping, not terrible, right? So the person that's searching for landscaping near me is looking for a business, a landscaping company in Little Rock. This is not terrible. If Google you would probably want Google to display a better ad, but this is not terrible. This will get clicks. Unfortunately, I can see that the page they're sending them to is probably not going to convert very well. Anyways, Fairway Lawns, again, we're not looking up lawns. We're not looking up pest applications. Terrible ad. This is your competitors. Finally, lawn care. We didn't look up lawn care. We looked up landscaping. Two different services. And finally, Thumbtack with affordable and quick landscapers. Not a bad ad, but it is Thumbtack. So even in a small area like Little Rock, people have no idea what they're doing, and this is really who you're competing against. Anyways, let us jump into the tutorial so I can show you guys how to get your own campaign set up. Bad hair day, but that's okay. All right, in Google, to get started, log into Google Ads, click New Campaign, and in this case, let's go with Boise Landscaping Company. So click New Campaign. It will bring you into the New Campaign window. Since we want leads, you're going to go ahead and click Leads. You should have conversion goals set up. Do not run ads, you guys, if you don't have your conversion tracking set up properly. If you haven't already started to track things like form fill outs or phone call clicks, or if you have any automation, all that needs to be tracked and fully tracked before you start spending money. If you can't track it, you can't measure data. You can't measure results. And if you're not able to measure results, you have no idea if your campaigns are working or not. You're throwing money down the drain. If you're not tracking form fill outs, if you're not tracking phone calls, don't run ads. Choose your campaign type. Really, for if you want to show up in Google search for people looking for a landscaper, the best thing to do is going to be a search campaign. Now here you'd want to leave this empty, only because it does very much limit how you can structure your initial campaign. You can come back and set up a way you'd like people to reach your website with a different campaign, but for now, for me personally, I would leave that empty. And campaign name, we're doing Boise, so let's just go with landscaping. And then location is Boise. You can structure your campaign names however you want, as long as it's easy to understand. Click Start New if you have some draft campaigns. Now, for bidding, leave this blank because we will be changing this at the end. And that's not a gimmick. You cannot change the setting at the end. And this is just going to be for a new campaign. If you already have an existing ad account and you are already tracking data, if you are already getting, say, 20 to 30 conversions in the past 30 to 60 days, you can go with a conversions-based bidding strategy. But for now, leave it blank, and I will show you really quickly what to change that to. And of course, leave this blank as well because we just want to bid for anybody searching, not just new customers. Now here in campaign settings, opt out of both of these networks, right? You can get rid of this. Sorry, it's just my test account here. These are just both two low quality networks that we really don't want our ads showing up on. Google Search Partners is, like it says, hundreds of non-Google websites. And then Display Network, we're not running display ads, so we do not want to have that clicked on. Location options. The first thing you want to do before choosing anything is choose presence. People enter regularly and you include a location. If not, you'll have a result like this where I'm not in Toronto, but it's showing me people that are running ads for people looking for this thing, even though I'm not physically based in that location. And that is because they did not click this. They chose this. People in, regularly in, or who've shown interest in, all right? You want presence, only people in that area. For location options, click on enter another location, and then here you can just do Boise, right? Or you can click advanced search, it'll show you the map. You can either add Boise as a location, and I'll show you right here. Here is the targeting for Boise, but if you did just want to do, for example, a 10-mile radius around the center, you would just go with 10. You would enter Boise here, click include, and boom, right? If that's all you want to target, you can get rid of this. We can also increase this out a little bit. Just depends on how far you're willing to drive, what areas you want to service, for example, stuff like that. Click save. Scrolling down, we want to leave it in English. If you are going to run a Spanish ad, which I don't think is going to be make too much sense in Idaho, you would have to start, I would recommend starting a new campaign. Audience segments will leave the same. Broad match keywords, this will change afterwards. Now, ad rotation, you can leave this. You can either run with do not optimize to rotate ads indefinitely if you did want to split test a few different ads within an ad group, or if you're just going to be running one ad rather, keep it as optimized to prefer the best performing ads. And under more settings, again, ad schedule is incredibly important. Typically, you want to run your ads at least past 5 p.m. Most people are not looking, for example, on a Thursday at 2 p.m. a landscaper. So you would do something like 8 for the people before work that are looking. And if you're not answering phone calls at 8 as a landscaper, I mean, you're just losing out to your competitors that are. And I would even go as far as, for example, maybe 8 p.m. So your ads are running 12 hours a day. 20:00. Monday to Friday. You should also try to be running ads on Saturdays and Sundays. If you don't want to pick up the phone, you should have a different campaign where you are just sending traffic to a form filled out ad where there's an automation in the back end that gets back to them immediately, right? With a text or an email, something that a text will work much better. Just because if you're not running ads on Sundays when people are looking for these services, Saturday, Sunday mornings, you're just leaving so much leads and potential on the table, right? So if you can run ads on Saturdays, if you will answer the phone Saturday mornings, get that set up here, right? And I do recommend being able to do that. And even here, maybe you're done work at 5 p.m., but you should still be answering the phone until at least 8 o'clock, especially if people are going to be calling you. Leads are going to be calling you. You'll get a lot of calls coming in after work and then around that 11 to 1 p.m. time as well during the workday. From here, click on next. You can just go ahead and skip this. Now, in the ad group and keyword section, and sorry, I need to pause for just one moment. All right, here in the ad group section, the problem I see a lot of people doing is they'll run a landscaping ad group and all they'll target is something like landscaping or landscaping company, which is fine. If you're spending $100 a day or more, you can go after these searches. And if you are confident in your ability on Google Ads, you can also target landscaping. But for a lot of you guys, especially in more populated areas, that's going to be the wrong move. What you want to do is head back to Google, just click on tools on the left, click on keyword planner, but this will open this window. And then just click on discover new keywords. Add your area here, which I think was what, Boise, Idaho. Click save. Now, here's what I'll show you. Search your main service, so obviously landscaping. You can see here, landscaping does get the bulk of, not even. Yeah, landscaping does get the most service searches every month, right? You get the cost per click range here, but also showing up as lawn care, lawn maintenance, very expensive. If you could land these deals, which is fairly straightforward, assuming you have the right landing page and the right ad setup, you could land these. It's not too difficult. Landscaping company in somewhere like Boise, you actually probably would target landscaping company near me, landscaping services near me, right? But let me try to find another example here. Landscaper is good. Sod installation is a good one. Essentially what you want to do is, this is a bit of a smaller area, is you want to find services that if you have a smaller budget that you can bid on and have a much better chance of winning versus the huge landscaping companies with much bigger budgets, right? All right. Yeah, there's in this particular area in Boise, probably not a huge landscaping area. But in this case, we will go with just landscaping. If you are on a really tiny budget, you can target, for example, sod installation, right? Maintenance is going to be also really good. A lot of people are not targeting this as specifically, but it is something that, for example, yeah, you may pay $250, $300 for Canadian to get those calls, to book those jobs, but it is recurring, right? And this is just the range here in somewhere like Boise, but you're always going to be towards the top of this range. Anyways, landscaping, landscaping services and landscaping company, and then landscaping with the biggest search volume. Add the group name as something relevant, landscaping, right? Now in keywords, you would just add landscaping. So you can add the near me searches, but as a phrase match keyword, right, this would pick up, for example, landscaping, and then it would pick up people that are looking for the near me search. Over time, you would dilute the campaign into a exact match kind of landscaping, landscaping company, landscaping services, one campaign or ad group. You'd have another ad group or campaign that was just landscaping near me, right? Landscaping company near me. But that does take quite some time to get the campaign dialed in and tighten up targeting like this. Let's add one more. We have, I mean, if there's one more we can add, landscapers near me, right? Or just landscapers. And then we can also do as Boise landscaping. Really good structure. Now these quotations just make it phrase match. If you have it as phrase match, it's going to be at least related enough to what people are searching. If you have it as just without any quotes, so if you just have it like this, just landscaping, you're gonna show up for things like how to start a landscaping company, whatever, how much do landscapers make, do I need landscaping? You're gonna show up for too many searches. At least this one's gonna show you for things like landscaping company near me, hire landscaping company, I need landscaping, stuff like that. Now for the ad. Jumping into the ad here, you don't need to listen to this data as well. It is never accurate. Final URL. A lot of problems that I see is people will send their traffic to boiselandscaping.com, for example, and that's it. But your homepage is not at all designed to convert. So you need to send traffic to a landing page, which would be something like landscaping landing page, right? Or you'd have a subdomain, which would be landingpage.boiselandscaping.com, where you would send traffic to a landing page that was specifically designed to convert paid traffic into form fill-outs or phone calls. If you're not sending your traffic to a landing page, it will work, but you will just get bad conversion rates and it will not perform anywhere near as good as it could. And I just need to reiterate that fact that landing pages are incredibly important. They make or break most campaigns, and they will drive costs down. It is an upfront cost to get it set up. There is monthly fees involved in having a landing page, but it is incredibly important to any Google Ads campaign. And if you're not running them, success on the campaign side of things is not nearly as guaranteed. Now for display path, you would just go something like landscaping, right? And this is just what shows in Google, and I'll show you an example here. Just this, right? They have a landing page there, but it just changes how this shows. You would definitely want to add it to make it a little bit more relevant, because the more relevant it is, the more likely somebody is to click through, land on your page, and then have at least a chance of getting in touch with you. Calls, you want to go ahead and add your phone number, of course. People are always going to call, especially in the landscaping space. Now, headlines. You need to have headlines. Some of them don't matter, but you need to have headlines that include the location and the service, right? So Boise Landscaping, right? You would have something like Boise Landscaping Company, right? You could add Boise Landscaping Services, right? And you would say #1 landscaping team, Boise. Something like best local landscapers. And then you could have something, you would have a bunch like all 5-star reviews online. Call us for free quote. We can start, right, this week. serving all of Boise, right? And something like, you know, whatever you want to add. Take the time here. I mean, this is just a really quick example. If you do want to get a little bit into the thick of it, you can now create a second ad and pin some headlines so that, for example, every time someone sees this ad, right, it's going to show this, which is a really good ad structure. But that's up to you to decide, and a little bit more of excuse me, guys, a little bit more of a next level strategy. Now, here in descriptions, again, looking for a landscaping company in Boise. We've got you covered. Call for a quote, right? Providing landscaping services to residents across all of Boise. Let's talk landscaping. Boom, right? Let's see this. Let it populate in. Amazing. Amazing. Look at this. This is a really good ad. All right, you want to add a few more descriptions. Now, site links you want to add as things like, for example, our reviews. And you would want the URL to be a page on your website about testimonials, about reviews you have. You would have another one like Book Now, and that would be your contact page, for example, or a booking page. You would want to have one like See Our Work, and link to your portfolio of work that you've done. These pages convert super well. They do very well. People just like to see that kind of stuff. For callouts, you would want to add a few. So you would have something like weekly maintenance from weekly maintenance, you know, $199 or whatever you want to offer, $89. You would have something like serving all of Boise lawn care pros, free landscaping quotes. And this just shows up here at the end of the ad if Google wants to include more text, which might help with click-through rate, which might help getting people to land on your website. Other asset types are going to be things like prices. So you can add prices if you are very confident in pricing for things like maintenance. You can add a $0 free quote one. And depending on the age of your campaign, of your account, you will be able to add photos as well. Photos do perform very well. Click on done. You can review everything here. Click on next. Now, this is where you set the budget. Budget's going to be tricky. You really, let me just confirm my account here. All right, we're back. Hang on, budget. Let's get back to the budget window. Anyways, it's asking me here to set a daily budget for the campaign. Here we go. Again, Google's recommended. You can follow it. In this space, though, you really don't want, if you're looking for lawn maintenance and those weekly lawn maintenance services, you're going to need $100 a day, even in a city like Boise. But $50 a day should be enough to get a few clicks, maybe a call every other day. It is a competitive space, especially now going into the summer. But $50 a day US really is going to be that baseline minimum, and you want to be running ads on weekends. So if you can't run ads weekends, maybe don't run ads on Monday or Tuesday. This cost per conversion is not right. Do not listen to them here. But that's where you'll set the daily budget, and it's just my test account, so I don't want to spend any money there. Now, Google's going to review the campaign, look for any errors, and there's two more things I want to show you guys really quickly before you're ready to launch. So Google does take just always a little bit of time to review everything. You can just sometimes kickstart it into finishing, but I will jump back in once it's done and show you guys what to do next. All right, campaign is ready to publish. You can just quickly review everything here. So click on Publish Campaign. It will now go through the process of publishing. Google's now asking you to set up a Google tag. Like I said, guys, make sure your tags are set up. Make sure you're tracking form fill-outs and phone calls. Make sure you are able to send that conversion data back to Google. Otherwise, you are just spending money unnecessarily. If you're not able to track performance, what can you optimize to, right? All right, head back into campaigns. See your campaign here. Click here, the little gear icon beside the campaign. You can see it is set to maximize conversions. We don't want this to start. So you would go ahead and select a bid strategy directly. Go to manual CPC, right? Click on save. Click on change bid strategy. Now exit out. Now we have our campaign here. Click on the campaign. We have the ad group here. If you do hit refresh, you will see that there is now a new window for default max CPC. In landscaping, you'd probably start this at 20, and then Google will give you data if it's too high or too low. If you're not getting impressions, if you're losing impression share because of budget, which Google will tell you, it's probably too low, right? And if you're always showing up at the very top, if you have zero loss impression share, it could be too high, and you can bring it back a little to kind of lower your cost. But lowering cost, lowering CPC will come from dialing in the campaign, getting it optimized, and working towards conversions. Your best success will come from optimizing your conversion rate, which is going to be on the landing page, which is why you need the landing page. Anyways, one more thing you want to do, click on the ad group. It'll bring up the keywords here. You can see that they also have a max CPC. All these will be different. You will start it as something quite high and then work on optimizing each of those. But from here, you want to go ahead and select change these all as phrase match. You can just do it one by one. Or if you just click edit again, right, change match types here, change all match types, phrase match, boom. They are now all phrase match. And now your campaign for your landscaping business is good to go. If you did make it this far, you guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. As always, you can click the link down below. You can book a call with me if you need help, if you have any questions, if you need me to manage your Google Ads campaign. I get it. You guys are busy doing the actual landscaping. You don't want to be messing around with this every night, every weekend. But if you do need help, click the link below, book a call with me. Happy to take a look at your campaigns, answer any questions you have about your Google Ads account, your strategy, landing pages, stuff like this. And of course, see if there is any opportunity to work together to get you more landscaping leads, help you grow your landscaping business. Like I said, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.